Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another round of sound. This is the #1 Cochran Sports Showdown. Bob Pompeani here manning the controls. We have a lot to get into, including hodgepodge of nothingness. Derek Shelton, going to be back for another year. But the #1 topic tonight on the #1 Cochran Sports Showdown, of course, will be the Steelers after their second preseason game. And here to talk about it is your panel. We have Andrew Fillipponi from the PM team and his national show right here to the left. In the middle, it's Mark Kaboly, who does fine work for The Athletic covering the Steelers. Paul Zeise, who's just about everywhere in the Post-Gazette, on the Fan, and soon to be on KDKA-AM. Congrats on the new gig there, Paul.
Thank you.
Let's get right into it, guys. We'll talk about the quarterback situation. Mark, I wanted to start with you on this one.
I was wishing
Number
you would start
one.
with him.
Well, I kind of know where Pony's going to go. But
You know, I wasn't actually supposed to be on tonight's show, but when Pickett had such a good game, I booted Mac.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, that's the real
and they
story.
Can't find his body. I don't know what you've done. Anyway.
He's in the Allegheny somewhere.
Mark, tell me about, I want to hear from this point of view. Should the Steelers, we saw what we saw, all three had really good moments. Should they keep all three? Even if it means Mason Rudolph kind of sits all year as an insurance policy.
I think absolutely. Now, it's going to depend on what kind of offer they may or may not get, I do believe. I mean, if somebody's throwing you a fourth-round pick,
how about if they don't?
No, if they don't, I don't. If it's sixth-round, seventh-round pick, I'm taking my chances of potentially somebody getting hurt and you might need him down the road. Worst-case scenario is he counts for the compensation, the compensatory pick at the end of the year. Unless you're getting something decent, I keep him because you see the quarterbacks go down. You don't know if, especially with this offensive line too. I mean, you can't guarantee that these guys are going to be healthy throughout. I keep him on there unless you get something worth it, and I don't think they will.
And what's worth it in your opinion?
Fourth, fifth.
Fourth, fifth.
Anything up but more than that? I know you'll take probably a can of pop for it or something, but.
Well, I think if you get to Rudolph, your season's over.
Why do
I
you
think
say
if it
that?
gets to that point.
Because he is the most seasoned guy in the system.
Because when it got to that point a couple of years ago, their season ended up being
different quarterback,
over.
I think he's learned a lot. And I think if you're going to have a chance, who better than he? Are you going to go out and get someone off the scrap heap at that point? They want to win now. That's been their mandate. So if you have the ability to have an insurance policy, it's $5 million, so be it.
Regardless of who is the starter, this is not a situation of where when they had Ben Roethlisberger, and you said, if he's out, their season's over. The difference between the top quarterback, whoever you think it is, and the third quarterback in this line is not that much at all. So, I mean, if you get to Mason Rudolph, or if you get to Kenny Pickett, or if Mitch Trubisky's the starter, I don't know that it markedly changes your outlook.
Why not trade him for a player? Why not trade him for an offensive lineman or a linebacker?
I would try and trade Mason Rudolph. I think, you know, I don't know that you want to hold three quarterbacks. I know the Steelers have done it in the past, and you can make the argument it's not that much different than when you had Ben Haskins and Mason Rudolph. I mean, it's very similar. So the difference is you don't have that Hall of Fame guy at the top. So I think Mason Rudolph, if he stays, he's obviously a really, really, really good insurance policy. But if I'm the Steelers, I'm just trying to shop them and see if I can get a player or a pick.
So you say a player. That seems to be tough in the NFL to do. But if I could get a player, now that would change the argument for me. Given how this offensive line has gone, Andrew, I think I would go, if I can get a player who can help me, because I don't know if the free agent guys available can do that.
Well, they're free agents for a reason at this point. They're either guys that aren't good enough to be on an NFL roster, or they're older players that say, you need to meet my price in order for me to put my body on the line, like Joe Hayden. Joe Hayden could play football for probably $2 million, don't you think, Mark? But he's sitting around with his $50 million in the bank saying, I'm not going to get drilled in the head unless it's for a certain amount of money. So that's why there's veteran offensive linemen out there, but I don't think they'll do it for a song. If you could get a guard or a tackle with even a modicum, just a sliver of potential, I would make that deal.
I don't think, there isn't any. That's the problem. You have to look at Tampa Bay. They've had 4 injuries on the offensive line, or injuries, retirements, or whatever from last year. Everybody's looking for offensive line. So even come September 1st or August 30th, nobody's going to cut anybody that can even play. So you're going to have to look at your guys, Joe Haig, John LeGlue, or get better. There is no options out there that's going to instantly make you better than what you are. They have to get better with what they have, and that's the only thing. That's the only way it's going to happen. It's not going to come from the outside.
Paul, I want to ask you about the sequence of quarterbacking at this point. It's Trubisky, Pickett, Rudolph. Does that sound right to you for now?
Yeah, that's what it's been from the start. They just had it, you know. I mean, I think when they drafted.
It wasn't that way from the start.
Well, it was here's the thing. It was from the standpoint of everybody knew that this is how it was going to shake out.
That's not true, because Mark was saying that Rudolph could be the backup and Pickett could be inactive.
Well, again,
Mark's
okay.
around the team every day.
I think I'm not counting that out right now either.
All I'm telling you is nothing that has happened has surprised me. So maybe I'm either the smartest guy in America or I just pay attention. And the bottom line is, it's very clear they were going to make, Kenny Pickett was going to be their backup.
Which makes sense. He's a number one
and again,
pick.
I have no issue with what they're doing. But my point is, this thing where it was like this dog race or this horse race and this touchdown at the end of the game or whatever, that folded him to the top. No, it didn't. I mean, that's where he was going to be. So, and I think, as Mark said,
so you don't assign any meaning to Tomlin after that drive saying, "You're done, kid. You're not going to play in the game anymore."
When?
You don't put any.
Last night.
Yeah.
He only played 8
You don't think that meant
I think
anything?
that was the plan.
Really?
It was the plan the week before. They let Kenny Pickett
I
play
don't
the
know.
entire.
Something tells me if he has a bad 2-minute drill, he's saying, "I want to see you out there one more time executing to begin the third quarter."
The plan though was Rudolph play the second half just with the threes. And that's basically what he said. He wanted to see Kenny Pickett play against the varsity players.
Kenny Pickett has 40 career preseason snaps. That's it. So 8 snaps is not going to be, okay, we've seen enough of you. We know you can do this. I'm going to throw some stats at you, Pony, and you're not going to like this.
Okay, here we go.
You ready for this?
Yeah, I'm sitting down, Mark.
Kenny Pickett's averaging 5.1 yards per pass attempt air yards.
Okay.
Mason Rudolph, 10.2. Mitch Trubisky, 14.5. You know what Ben averaged last year? Close to 8. You would be ripping Ben right now if he was averaging 5 yards per pass attempt. What I'm saying is I'm not ripping on Kenny Pickett and saying he's not going to be good. He's not good. He's just not ready right now. And I think that was evident right there, and I think we're going to see.
So you guys really think in 2 games he hasn't looked ready to play?
No.
Did I say that, or did I say he's the backup?
I don't think it's ready, because look where he scored at. He scored at 2-minute drills where they practice all the time. He had short passes, dump off passes.
I mean, I'm watching him get popped because
Like
Kendrick Green can't block. I'm watching him stand in there and make plays.
Like I said, they brought Mitch Trubisky here to be the starter.
Right, and I think that's
going
the plan,
to be the starter,
unless he really just imploded, which he did
and
not.
no, he's not going to. He made it.
And he showed you his ability to escape twice last night.
He'll be the starter, and Kenny Pickett will be the backup.
Once they go 2-6 to start the season, here comes Kenny.
Right. I mean, there'll be a point that Kenny could have a.
We got to go to a break.
That could happen.
The conversation will continue in the break. I guarantee you that. You won't hear it, but it'll continue. When we come back, going to play stock up, stock down with Steeler players. That's next.
#1 Cochran Sports Showdown is brought to you by #1 Cochran. Go one better.